friends! Welcome to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and we're going to be doing Choose a Pile, and then each reading is going to be in a You See My Face format, just switching things up. This week we're going to be doing really quick messages that I'm going to channel on the video. We're going to deal the cards on the video, do very quick 15-minute-ish readings. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from today. Feel free to take a look at these piles and see which ones are calling out to you. Pile number 1 is the Universal Weight deck. Pile number 2 is the 1JJ Swiss deck. And pile number 3 is the Wild Unknown Tarot. So we've got 3 different piles here for you to choose from. Feel free to choose which one works the best for you, and I will meet you in your reading. Scroll down to the description section of this video now to find your reading, and we will begin. See ya. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. I'm trying out a different format and some different stuff, so you get to see my face today. So you chose the reading with the classic Universal Weight deck. We're going to be doing readings from this deck and then maybe some oracle cards at the end just to see what your reading is about. But I'm going to shuffle here live, and we're going to just do this reading live and see what happens. So, okay. I'll take all 3. Yeah, they all want to come out. Perfect. So pile number 1. Let's see what's going on in your situation. This is messages you need to hear right now. I've got a 3-fold pattern here, so let's hold them up and give you an understanding of what's going on. So, you know, oh, it's so clear. This is great. You've just finished a cycle. You've completed something, and you know it. And, you know, this could be sitting in the back of your mind, like you know that this cycle has finished and you're ready to move on from it. It's either hidden or it's very, very apparent. Either way, like, you wouldn't be surprised to hear that stuff has ended for you. And as you are ready to move away from whatever this is, because the 8 of Cups is about moving on from a situation, you see all of these cups here, they don't serve him anymore. And so he has decided to walk away back into the mountains to look for his 9th and 10th cup. So whatever's happened in your life, you understand that whatever situation you went through, and it could have been painful, it could have been great, whatever's going on in your life, you're ready, you're feeling antsy, right? You're feeling antsy about where you are, and you're ready to move out of it. And as you decide to take that action, because that's really what the 8 of Cups is, it's not only knowing that these 8 cups don't serve you anymore, it's deciding to walk away from them. It is picking up and moving away. So it's either actual physical moving, this could be metaphorical movement, metaphysical movement, because that's what I wanted to say, you know, it's up to you. You know for you certain what that kind of movement is, but you're ready to move out of this. And now that you have decided, because I feel very, very much that you have decided to move away from these energies, that won't surprise you, then you have a very quick, fast-moving action away from it. So it's like, now that you have decided to move on, now you have this incredible opportunity to gain momentum while doing it. As you walk away, you know, there's that adage that the things in life that you want you as well. This is what this is all about. What you want is catapulting towards you in this fast-moving energy, and here it is. With this Ace of Cups, it's a new beginning in the emotions, the emotional realm. You know, as you walk away to find the last 2 cups, the first of the last 2 are presenting itself to you with this Ace of Cups. You're ready to find the 9 of Cups now. You're ready to go towards the 10 of Cups. Ultimate emotional fulfillment. You're ready to go out and find it, right? The Holy Grail. The Ace of Cups is that Holy Grail imagery. You're ready to go and find your Holy Grail, whatever that is for you. So anyway, those are first 3 cards. Let's keep it going. I like threes. Threes is great. It's like a triptych. It's you know why a trilogy is great. Like the first 3. Okay, we got that one. And I do think we have that one, and we do. Yep, the 3. It's all about these trilogies. That's how this is working. It's cool. So okay, our next triptych. Yeah. It's just further reiterating what you already know. But here we go. Where you've been is in this very stuck energy. So this stuckness, it's either internal or external. Oftentimes in life, there's the idea that our inner landscape reflects the outer landscape that exists within the world. That's what this is all about. So either you are, you have been in the past stuck in this physical fighting with other people in your actual environment, you know, feeling like you're in some kind of situation with people that is this fighting energy, or you're doing it inside your mind. You have multiple perspectives and multiple things all battling it out in your mind, and you don't know how to move forward. This card implies stuck, because look at all 5 of these people, right? They are each one of them is totally and completely equal balanced. They are all equal in power, and so none of them is able to dominate any of the others. Instead, it's this equally balanced chaos. It's kind of fascinating when you think about it. It's a combination of opposites, because it's a very chaotic scene. They're all fighting each other, and yet they all have equal power. And so it is this combination of those 2 forces at work here. With the Queen of Swords, that's coming in to say, you're ready to cut this out, right? You're ready to cut either these people out of your life, because the one way that one of these people could change the dynamic, right, is imagine if the red person said, you know what, screw this. I don't want to fight these people anymore. I don't want to deal with this. Like, what if he were to just drop his stick and run away? It's doubtful, with all of the people fighting each other, that anyone would want to chase him down, because then that leaves the others being able to chase them, and you know what I mean? So it's like, the one way to change the 5 of Wands power dynamic, at least in this particular situation with this reading, is to take on the Queen of Swords approach and to say, you know what, like, there's something about this situation that just is not working for me, and you know what, I don't need to be a part of this. Like, if people are fighting with you, you know, if people are trying to draw you into their drama, or if this is on the internal, if you know, old patterns and old habits are trying to claw their way back into your life, you know what, you don't have to continue that. And that's what the Queen of Swords is saying. The Queen of Swords is she's the ultimate boundaries keeper. She's saying, you know what, I know my boundaries. I know that this situation is not comfortable for me anymore. I know that this situation is not something I want to have continue in my life, and so I'm ready to stop it. I'm ready to walk away. And so the Queen of Swords walks away from this situation, and what does she come to? She comes into absolute happiness, right? Homecoming. The 4 of Wands. Oh my God. I did not make this connection until this moment, but you know how I was saying they were going to put down one of those swords? Look at what it turns into. If you take away one of the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, if you take away one of the wands, you get the 4 of Wands. That's crazy. That is just so mind-blowing in synchronicity. Sorry, I just can't believe that. Well, what do you get here, right? This is the homecoming card. You come home to yourself, right? The Queen of Swords is like, you know what? Screw your dynamic. You know, if this is a group of people, if this is your own internal monologue, whatever it is, screw that. That is not helping me anymore. This is not working. So I'm going to put up some boundaries with myself, with the people around me, and say, you know what, I draw the line here. This actually does not make me comfortable. I am walking away from this situation because I am completely uncomfortable, and I've been uncomfortable for such a long time, and I'm cherishing my own emotional well-being, my own physical well-being over this group dynamic that is not working for me. And what do you end up with? The Four of Wands, coming home to yourself, right? This is the journey that you're coming back into. As you walk away with this Eight of Cups, as you walk away, what you're walking back to is you. You're coming home to yourself in a way that maybe you haven't seen or felt in a long time, which is incredible. So you know what? I think we're going to do one more triptych, 3 more cards, and then we will do an oracle card, and I will send you on your way, because I realize that sometimes these readings go really long. With that last one, they were like hour-long readings, and I just don't think, some people liked it, I think, but I lost a few amount of subscribers in that, so, you know, I just want to try some different things and see what happens. So here's the 3 for your triptych. Final cards. Okay. So, yeah, okay, we'll start with, you're ready to ride off now into the sunset. You're riding off into the desert, which I always take this one to be a spirit quest, you know, in a certain sense. It's this idea of, you know, journeying off to find yourself. As we know, you're coming home to yourself. So you're ready to take the journey into the desert, and wander through the abyss of your own, you know, dark thoughts or whatever. You're ready to let it all go. So you're journeying to find you on the inside, coming home to yourself, by journeying off into the desert here. It's very psychedelic kind of a situation. So I always interpret the Knights in these readings as sort of what movement is happening. So what's moving, you know, the movement that's happening in your reading is the moving towards your inspirations and your spirituality, your fire, what lights you up, your fire. And who's moving? You are being represented here as the King of Cups here. So as a King of Cups, you are, you know, totally in tune with your emotions. You're totally in tune with your emotional being, and you're not afraid to calm your emotions. You're not afraid to feel your feelings very deeply, and you're incredibly kind and compassionate. So you're following this compassionate, the compassionate version of you is taking this spiritual quest, and journeying off into the desert, to wander through the desert to find yourself. And what do you find on the other side of these mountains but the happy memories of the past? So as you do this inner work, I think this is internal journeying. I really feel that, you know. You might even want to try some like shamanic journeying, very shamanic. This is an incredibly shamanic card. So, you know, I'm just getting that feeling of doing internal shamanic work. You know, look up shamanic drumming meditations or anything like that. There's really great ones on YouTube, but like I see just this internal moving into your own being, you know, finding your own inner voice among the chaos of your mind. You know, as we saw in those cards, you know, you're letting go of the Five of Wands battle. You're not battling it anymore to find the other side. You understand that in order to leave that battle, you just have to walk away from it. So you're walking away from the thoughts in your head that are the chaos, you know, the swimming mass of, oh my God, what if this, you know, anxiety, fear, traumas, pain, all of that. You're walking away from that psychologically, you know, with this King of Cups here, and you're walking towards, you know, finding you again. So, you know, I see this connecting into your inner child. I think that doing inner work and inner journeying might help you connect to your inner child, who I think really wants to communicate with you right now and show you, like, before you got locked up in the drama in your mind, there were beautiful, wonderful, happy moments from, you know, inspiring moments from your childhood, from your adolescence, from your teenage years, heck, even from 5 years ago, if something crazy 5 years ago happened, you know, like whatever this is, before some traumatic events, I think, for you specifically, or something, you know, anything like that. Before that happened, you know, there were moments, key moments of inspiration and flourishing. And so, you know, you're really being encouraged to go within and find those moments that were really impactful and powerful for you, and use those as your guiding compass. So we're going to finish up here with a card from the How to Be a Wildflower deck by Katie Daisy. Really beautiful artist. A deck I found at the bookstore, or at the art store near where I live. They have lots of different oracle decks and tarot decks. Northwest Art Supply, I think is what it is, in Seattle, Washington. So check them out, they're pretty awesome. You got the swan. Okay, so what is the swan but the ugly duckling, right? This connects in exactly to everything I just said. Think about the story of the ugly duckling, right? They grew up in a situation where they were different. They felt alienated because they were not like the other ducklings, right? Because they were a swan. And so as they grew up, you know, they felt weird because they don't look like a duck. But you know what? Swans are some of the most beautiful birds that exist, you know, and they might be scary in real life. I don't know. I haven't interacted with swans. Sometimes the mallard species of bird can be particularly aggressive. I don't know if swans in real life are like that, but think about from a symbolic cultural perspective. We've given, at least in American culture, you know, we've given the swan this symbol of grace and beauty, and so that symbol is what you're being encouraged to find within yourself, that you have that grace and beauty as a part of you. And of course I'm saying, oh yeah, so the quote that's on the back it says full of grace. You might have it mirrored because I'm using the one camera I'm using, but full of grace, right? You are deeply, wonderfully full of grace. And so it's important for you to experience that for yourself, you know, let yourself cherish the grace that's within you. So pile number one, I'm going to leave you there. That was a beautiful, beautiful reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, it helps a lot. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. When we get there, there's going to be some great giveaways, so tune in for that. If you would like a private reading with me, I have them available. I can pretty much tap into whatever topic you want. Any questions, anything, we can get very specific, and it's great. That's at junodrum.com. Check out the Instagram at junodrumtarot. I'm starting to do little mini readings there that you can't find on YouTube, so check that out. And yeah, catch you later, pile number one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you! Pile number two, welcome to your reading. We're trying out a whole new format, which is super exciting. I just want to shake things up, give you something different. These are going to be quicker readings too. I've been doing very, very in-depth ones, which, trust me, I love to do in-depth readings. But I think I'm getting the message that 1 hour readings are a little too long for people. Don't blame you. I lost a few subscribers from that. So we're going to keep this to a cool 15 minutes, give you something great, give you something to tune into. And if you want a real in-depth personal reading, I do them. They're on my website at junodrum.com. So let's tune in. You chose the pile with this wonderful IJJ Swiss deck, which comes from the 1970s. I learned how to read tarot with a booklet from this deck, so I won't get too far into the story, but it's very dear to my heart. I'm going to be shuffling on camera to do your reading. So let's jump in. For pile number one, I did triptychs, and I'd like to continue that here. So if I could get 3 cards, we got 2 to start our story, and we'll just do this in a series of 3s. That's 4. Oh, okay. Had to be difficult, pile number 2. Not you watching the piles. You got 4, so maybe we'll try to keep this brief. So, what do we have here? What's the story? These came out together, so they're 1 card for really. So maybe 2s. We'll do it in 2s. First up, you've got these 2. What do we have? 4 of Swords. Okay. And the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, well that is such a clear message. I love it. Okay, so this is where you want to get to, right? Very much. I'm feeling your balance. You are 2s, yin and yang. You're doing a yin and yang deck, which makes sense because you're pile number 2. Anyway, let's get back into the game. The 10 of Pentacles is this energy of ultimate abundance, right? I get for you, my pile number 2s, you are trying to manifest ultimate abundance with this 10 of Pentacles card. You're working really hard on a business venture, on a career idea. Maybe you're studying to be something, to do something specific. You have a specific thing in mind, or even if you don't have a specific thing in mind, you have a specific goal in mind of where you want to get to with a certain level of material abundance, spiritual abundance. It's physical, you know, with the Pentacles, it's physical world, but it could be like perfect health and never having to worry about money. You know, you don't have to necessarily want to be a billionaire, but like you want to not have the material world limit you. You want to feel unlimited or limitless, you know, comfortable, stable. You're building that for yourself, and you're really, really adamant about it. But you know, as we do this balancing act, you don't want to push yourself so far into this quest for abundance that you don't rest, right? This is a very clear message. The Four of Swords, it means it's important to get enough sleep, right? It's actually depicted as in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's like a sarcophagus of a man. It's someone who died, right? And it doesn't imply death. It means being so tired, sleeping so hard, it's like sleeping like the dead, right? Like that's how much of a rest is needed. And so I feel like maybe you've, whether consciously or unconsciously, you've adopted the philosophy of I'll sleep when I'm dead, right? But actually that doesn't quite work. Trust me. You know, it can be really hard, you know, especially if you have a big vision in your mind, right? This card sometimes can imply a visionary state with the Ten of Pentacles. If you have this like vision of where you want to get to, and not being there can feel incredibly frustrating, right? And so I feel this pull that you're doing with these two cards is like you're getting caught up in the pull of just wanting to get there now, right? Like I just need to be there now. I just need to get this done now. I just need to have this level of status. I just need to achieve this thing. I just need to, and it's like it's manifested into your life into a never enough philosophy. Not that you can't get to where you want to go at all. I'm not telling you that, but you need to take breaks too. The Four of Swords is very adamant about that. It's like, look, you need to learn how to stop at the end of the night and have your meditation practice, have your shower and pampering yourself, have your 3-hour face wash routine. Whatever it is for you, you know, whatever it is for you that is your self-care, that is your decompression, that is your, you know, you need to have your, you know, once a week walk in the park for half the day. You know, you need to have that built into this quest that you're building for yourself, because it's you're running a marathon. You are not running a sprint. There's only so much you can keep sprinting before you physically collapse. Whereas if you're running a marathon, you learn how to conserve your energy to go the long haul. And so I'm getting the feeling for you that that's the most important message here. Now your second triptych comes from you're not doing triptychs. You got a duoptic. Duoptic, is that right? Let me know in the comments. Dual, you're the yin yang group. Your second set of opposites, although these aren't really opposite. You've got the star here, and so the star comes after the Tower card. So once the Tower comes in, the Tower is this like cataclysmic change that comes from, most of the time, external circumstances, things that you're not expecting that come into your life kind of out of nowhere. That's the Tower. And it kind of like wipes clean all of the illusions that you're living by, all of the just the lies you're telling yourself. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be that harsh, but you know what I mean? Like the things that you've convinced yourself that are just not true, right? The Tower comes in to give you an understanding of like, oh, I know now I have the physical evidence in my life because of these changes and these situations that have led me to understand that that was not real. That whatever that was, building a castle on sand and it collapsed. Well, now the star comes out after that. So that's something that happened in your past. You've already passed your tower moment. And I think whatever that was, it spurned you off onto this Ten of Pentacles journey that you've been on. It made you begin to chase that. And what you're left in with here is the star. So with that star, you've awoken this newer, like you have a shining light now in the darkness. As you reached your darkest moment, and then you had this shining light, which I think is where your Pentacles journey is taking you. You found a way out of whatever that was to build yourself into this new thing. And now you have this opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles. And it's interesting because you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the final culmination of the deck, and you also have the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, which is the first card of the Pentacle suit. So you've got like this. I get it. That's where your inspiration came from. Your inspiration here is depicted as the star. Remember, I was talking about how, with that, feeling like you want to get there now. Well, you might be more at the beginning of your journey than you want to be, which, trust me, I've been there. Sometimes it's not fun to be at the beginning when you have a vision of where you want to end up. It can be incredibly frustrating to think, oh my God, I'm still at the beginning. But no, you cannot get caught up in that. Hold the vision real in your mind, because that is, it's not just a destination. Like, you cannot keep yourself from feeling the star. Like, don't put the star off till you finish the project, right? The star is the project. I feel like maybe you're working on something. Is it a business? Is it an album? Is it a painting? Is it a graphic novel? Is it a movie? I don't know. It's different for everyone who's watching this. But whatever that inspired thing is, that inspired project, you may still be nearer to the beginning of than the ending of, which, it's okay. Don't put off feeling the star from the project till the end. Let the star be what brings you out. It's not just about the destination, it's also about the journey. There's something really important about being in your visionary state through the entire process. It's not just about the final outcome. It's actually like every single moment of the process is in itself the project. And so that's what makes the Ten of Pentacles so sweet, is that the Ten of Pentacles is the culmination of each individual pentacle that exists within the card. It is 10 individual Ace of Pentacles. So what that means is that, by every single moment, if you were to divide your moments into 10 to get to the goal of your project, which is probably way more than 10, but if you were to divide the whole entire process, the project isn't just this card with 10 pentacles on it. The project is every single independent individual moment of this card. So now we're going to do 2 final tarot cards, and then we're going to give you an oracle card, and we're going to call it. So I like having a timer, by the way. I'm doing this reading, watching myself, which has been kind of cool, but I have a little countdown so I can keep myself honest. Okay, so your final 2 cards, you've got the Page of Wands, great, and you've got the 2 of Wands. Wow, okay, very clear, very clear. So you're not at step 1, by the way, but you are in the beginner role, right? We all have to be a beginner sometimes. Just because you're a beginner in one area of your life does not mean you have not mastered many, many, many things in your life so far. Don't worry about that, right? Being in the beginning phase does not mean you are in the beginning phase of every single thing that exists in your life, right? It just means you are walking down a different path, and you actually probably had to master and finish 12 paths to get to this path, right? Like, so don't put yourself down for being at the beginning. Instead, and trust me, this is all advice I'm giving to myself directly as much as I'm giving it to you. But you know, you're not quite at the very beginning of that though. You've already started down the path, right? And now you're in the vision stage, right? You're planning for the future. With the Two of Wands, a lot of times it's depicted as a person holding the globe, ready to travel off. So maybe you're ready to actually travel somewhere or journey somewhere. But a part of it too is this sort of planning for the future, journeying to the future. Seeing a vision and a pathway forward for yourself. So you're starting to see the road that it will take to get to where your goal is. That's what the, you know, the pages are students a lot of times. So what does the student do? The student learns what the direction even is. The student learns how to make the map. The student learns how to move down in the direction of their goals. They learn what the field looks like. They learn what the journey is going to take. And so that's kind of where you are. You're learning what that means. There's nothing wrong with that. The only way you're going to get to where you want to go. And trust me, you have full ability to achieve any of your dreams in this lifetime. Even if you're at the beginning stages of those dreams, it does not mean you're not capable of achieving them. But like I've been saying in this reading, it's more than just the achievement. It's the journey towards it itself. And that is where you are full well walking down at this moment. So anyway, we're going to end it now with a card from the How to Be a Wildflower deck by Katie Daisy. Found it at the art store. I love this deck. It's got a nice little quote and a good little image to give you kind of a symbol. Too many. Oh, but we'll go with this one because it reminds me of, yeah. So you got the painted horse, which looks very similar, although it's different, but it just reminds me so much of the Swedish horses that I happen to have. So you got this horse. Let's hold it up. What does it remind you of? Horses can be travel, they can be journeying, but what's interesting is these horses are drawn, both of them are depicted as standing still. So a standing horse to me reminds me, if we're going to get to the tarot, it's very much like the Knight of Pentacles, which is what I'm feeling. You know, it's also been have these flowers on them, so flowers are very earth. So it's like, you know, the horse, it takes time, right? The Knight of Pentacles is all about taking time. It might be slow moving, but there is movement happening. Horses, to me, in the tarot as well, depict movement. So, you know, it might take time to move towards where you want to go, but that doesn't mean you're not moving there. And the quote on the back is "Run free." So also don't be afraid to run towards your dreams. Don't be afraid to run towards the things that you want in life. The more that you do it, the closer you're going to get there. So keep running towards your desires or your dreams, you know, what you want. Keep running towards it. Anyway, pile number 2, that was it. That's your reading. Let me know what you think in the comments of this format. If you like it, you want me to go back, whatever, I'm open. I'm excited to give you different things and try things out. Yeah, if you would like a private reading with me, they're on the website, junodrum.com. And check out the Instagram. I'm doing little mini readings over there too that you can't find on YouTube. The Instagram is at Junodrum Tarot. And anyway, subscribe if you'd like. It helps the channel. See you later. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a quick reading of what you need to hear right now. I'm trying out this different format, so let me know what you think in the comments. If you like seeing me like this, if you would rather go back to just the hands, we'll do whatever. I like switching it up. This is going to be a nice quick reading. You chose the deck with the Wild Unknown Tarot. So I'm going to shuffle live on camera and just get an understanding of what you need to hear. Here we go, perfect. And we've got 3s, so for you guys, we're doing triptychs, which is great. A nice little 3-card storyline. So we've got the Father of Wands, we've got the 5 of Swords, okay, And we've got the Temperance. Okay, yep. So for you, I'm getting with these three are kind of telling a story, right? I feel like maybe you feel a little divided right now. And of course, it's so important for me to remember to tell you, this is a general reading. If for whatever reason you feel like it doesn't resonate, you can always click off of it and find a different reading. Sometimes you click on the wrong readings. It depends on your frame of mind, how you're feeling. You know, sometimes you're feeling a little less intuitive and you click on the wrong one. I'm not telling you this is the wrong pile. I'm just saying, you know, if this is wrong for you, that's fine. But I feel like some people watching this might be feeling a bit divided inside and feel a little torn between two places. I'm feeling this pull between one side and another side. And on the one side, you have kind of your fears about, you know, your fears are kind of holding you in this stuck stasis. You know, the five of swords can talk about deception sometimes, but a lot of times it's more of a mindset. I feel like instead of it's people in your life are deceiving you, for me, I'm getting the feeling of like, it feels like people are deceiving you, right? It's like there are thoughts in your head all the time that maybe are yours and maybe are other people, where it's just like you're getting caught up in this sort of like, ooh, sticky, deceptive energy, like, oh, I don't know about this person, and oh, I don't, you know, kind of getting stuck in that kind of area, that gray area. I feel like a part of you is stuck in that a little bit, and then the other part of you is like ready to break free and follow your inspirations, right? It's like you're ready to pounce into a new, you know, frame of being in this like really electric power forward, you know, with this Father of Wands. He's the King of Wands. He's like totally in connection with his creativity, and with it being a snake, you know, I'm getting this sort of almost Kundalini energy, right? So it's like there's really kind of a tricky place to be between these, you know. It's like your external world is being mixed with this energy of, I don't know about the people I'm around, you know. So it's like it could be this thing of like, you know, not that you're not totally distrustful of people, but just like, you know, you're getting caught up in the thoughts of like, well, what did that mean? You know, like, oh, he said that. Did that mean this or did that mean that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, reading too much into somebody's, you know, situation and stuff, you know, I'm getting that feeling. So it's like that's kind of holding you back from acting authentically, you know, that maybe that there's a way to move through the world where you're not totally just responding, you're actually authentically acting as yourself. Like maybe you're overly concerned about what other people think about you or think about in the situation, when in reality, it might just be easier to just be yourself, you know? Like, I know that sounds cliche, but like the idea of maybe, you know, maybe you're allowing what you perceive somebody is thinking about you to dictate the way that you act in a situation, towards that person, with that person or not, you know. And it's like you're almost in this inauthentic version of yourself, this deception that you're putting on yourself about who you need to be because of the opinions and thoughts and concerns of other people, right? I feel like a part of you is just ready to just say screw it, you know. And what you got here is the Temperance card. So you're being asked to take the middle road between these. So it's like, don't totally, you know, flush every connection you have down the toilet and think that everybody's out to get you, you know, on the one hand, but then also like, you know, don't be in a position where you're you know, letting people walk all over you either. Have strong boundaries with people. That a part of having these strong boundaries with these people might actually be walking away from certain situations, you know. Let me get more cards to get a better understanding. And of course, remember, I'm just giving you what flows into my mind and advice. Take it or leave it. If this doesn't resonating, you know, or this doesn't feel right for you, you know, that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't want to be mean in these readings, but I'm feeling a bit of a like energy of like a come on, you know, like your guys are like, come on. That kind of, you know, not to be mean, like I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, This is just, it's feeling very blunt. That's it. This feels like a very blunt reading. So if I'm being too blunt, I apologize. I'm not trying to be. But maybe you need a little blunt right now. Because the reason why, yeah, okay. Okay, this is intense. You do have an intense reading. I feel the moment that you're in right now because I've been in this moment and it's not an easy one. So, like I said, this is only going to be for some people. If this, you would already know if this reading wasn't right for you, and you would have clicked off of it already. So if you're here, you know, and you feel like this is for you, this is an intense message for you. So this is just a trigger warning. You know, we're going to get real emotional and deep here. So I'm not trying to trigger you, but you might be feeling triggered right now. And that's a part of the process that you're in. So a part of a spiritual awakening, you know, is sort of this, you get caught in a moment where it feels like everything is burning down. You know, I don't know if you have to. This is a moment I've been in and I'm feeling it on a psychic level right now. So I'm sharing it with you. So I feel like you're in this moment and I want you to know, like, there is a lifeline for you. There is, and it is not within me. Like my words are giving you probably help to finding it within you, but there is a line, a lifeline within you that is a direct connection and source to spirit itself. Within you, there is a direct line to the universe, and that line is something that you can find within yourself. And a lot of times, and this is like the crappiest cosmic joke that exists, but a lot of times, in order to find that connection to the universe, sometimes you need a cataclysmic thing to happen in order to get there, and it's the only way to awaken that part of yourself. And that's not easy. That is not an easy place to be. The Tower talks about that. You have the Tower here. The Tower comes to us when we have built up a foundation on sand. There is some kind of foundation that we've built for ourselves that is not right for us. And that foundation, because it's not stable, it cannot stand. It will fall down. The universe will knock it down in some situation. And that doesn't feel right. Well, this is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so it's not the Ten of Swords, but I'm feeling Ten of Swords energy with this. I'm feeling it. So, you know, we'll put in Ten of Wands too. Ten of Wands is being overburdened, working too hard. And I feel like maybe that you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? And that you're trying to hold up the entire weight of the world with that Tower card here. But in reality, you gotta let these fall. You gotta let these wands fall. They are not helping you. You gotta let the Tower fall, because then you are able to rebuild your foundation and find the Ten of Pentacles, which is trying to come into your life. This ultimate abundant energy, this beautiful, wonderful stability, and financial stability, physical stability, good health, all of that, it wants to come into your life. But the only way for it to happen is for you to build, like I was saying, that lifeline with the universe, to build your own spiritual and creative drive and understanding, to move you forward. And the only way that you can do that is by tuning in to your own self and finding yourself, you know, as cliche as that sounds. So let's do 3 more cards, and then we'll do your oracle card, because we're running a little long. I want to keep these short. Too many, Spirit. I need 3. Sum it up in 3. That's great. That's funny. You got the 3 of Cups, which is just fitting. And here's 2 more. Perfect. Okay. And fine, there's 1 card that really wants to, so we'll give you 1 extra at the end. So your last 3 are the 3 of Cups, which is a beautiful card. The 2 of Cups, interesting. Wow. And the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is, I'm just trying to think. I'll just use intuitive. So with the 6 of Cups energy, okay, yeah, you have this sort of reflection coming in. It could be happy memories from the past. I think maybe that's a part of it. It's like you might be stuck in the drama. You might be stuck in other people's drama, because at the beginning I was feeling that energy of you like really overly concerned about what other people think. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, like I said, I'm saying really hard don'ts, but you have free will. You do whatever you want. If you don't want to follow my advice, if you're feeling triggered and you're like, no effing way, you're way off base, any of that, that's fine. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not telling you what to do. But, you know, getting lost in other people's drama, and this is just from my own personal experience, just from what I have learned as a human being on this crazy, chaotic earth plane that we live on, because, it's intense. Really, like, don't get lost in other people's stuff. You know, we have enough stuff that we put on ourselves. And, you know, with that 10 of wands you had, I feel like maybe you take on other people's burdens. Maybe that's a part of what you do. You know, you're really being encouraged to not do that and to connect in with yourself. You know, the Two of Cups can talk about, you know, you can talk about falling in love with someone, but a lot of times the way that I interpret it for my readings, it tends to be about reconnecting the parts of yourself that are disconnected, right? Remember at the beginning, I was saying you had those two disjointed parts of yourself. Bring those together. Unite the divine masculine and the divine feminine that exist within you. Every person on this planet contains both divine masculine and divine feminine qualities. We all have both of them. It doesn't matter what your gender is. And so, you know, find how to connect those two parts of yourself, because that's what you need to become a complete whole human being. And a part of this is going to be connecting into your inner child as well. The Six of Cups to me can talk sometimes about our inner child, and connecting in with understandings we had as children that maybe we didn't remember, right? You know, sometimes we know more when we're kids than we do when we're older, because we haven't had society get in our minds yet as much. And so, you know, that connection to source that you're looking for, that we just found in the last triptych, what that connection, you know, you had that connection as a child. It was there, you know, and it might have been you know, playing make-believe in a certain way with friends, you know, the fantasy worlds you lived in and created as a child. Any of that, connect into that, because that is there for you. And the final card is the Three of Cups. So that to me is like really great friendships, celebrating with great friends. So it's like when you learn how to love yourself fully, and just trust your authentic self, like just being you, not having to be anything for anyone, but yourself, you will attract into your life the people who are on the same page, the people who will love you for you, not just for pretending to be something, you know, the people who are gonna be there for you no matter what. Those people who cherish you, they're gonna absolutely love you being in your authentic self. And, you know, if you need space and you need time and you can't take on everyone's burdens, you don't have to, right? You don't have to take on somebody's problems to love them. And you don't have to take on somebody's problems to show that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of love as you are. You do not need to have to do anything for anyone to gain someone's love. It's not transactional. Love is not a transaction. It is an open exchange of heart that we share with ourselves and with others. And we cannot share our love with others until we learn to share it with ourselves. And we cannot adequately accept the love of others if we are unwilling to accept the love from ourselves. It's just where it is. That's powerful. That's so powerful. So I'm going to end our reading because I'm doing these 15-minute readings. So we're getting in, we're getting in the message real quick here. Okay. Final card. Oh, and you had this extra, so let's read the extra first. The Lovers. Yeah, okay, the Lovers is just like the Two of Cups. It's very same energy, right? And so maybe, you know, maybe you have been in, you know, like these other people who are important. You know, this could be a codependent relationship you have with a lover, with a friend, with a parent. Name it for your situation. You might be in a codependent relationship, something like that. It's just something to keep in mind. You know, find the love that you have within yourself first, and then you can connect in with other people. But trying to pull other people in to fill a void is only ever going to end in sorrow, because it's just a chaos, you know? Like I said, these are just my opinions. Take it or leave it. You can leave it. Totally fine. final card. You've got the owl. Owls are very intelligent. They're very intuitive. They're like very psychic card. Owls are all about wisdom. So connecting into your own inner wisdom. You know, you know more than you think you do. Your inner spiritual wisdom is ready to come out and ready to connect to yourself and lead you forward through the night. You know, the owls can see through the darkness. They can see in the middle of night when it's pitch dark out, and they can catch their prey from miles away by these incredible vision that they have. So keep that in mind, that you are, you know, you have the power to see through this dark energy around you and find your own inner connection to source. It's there. It's just a matter of you tuning in and finding it. Always seek mystery. That's the quote on the back, which I love. I love, you know, like, it's okay to not have all of the answers to the questions. It's about continuing to look for answers, and not needing to have all the answers, but just continue down the journey and let them come to you when they're ready. Because when it's time, the messages that you need will flow to you. I believe it. I fully believe it. Anyway, pile number 3. That was my reading. Let me know in the comments what you think. I love hearing from you either way. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really does help. We're going to be doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, so that's exciting. And if you'd like a private reading with me, they are on the website at junodrum.com. And check out the Instagram at junodrumtarot. I'm starting to do little mini readings on there that are just super general readings, but you can't get those on YouTube, so follow me there for those. And yeah, catch you later. Love ya!